Heneage Mitchell from FactAsia. We're a Hong Kong-based consultancy and not-for-profit, and we are very much focused on consumer rights, which is not something that's a big deal in Asia generally. So we're a bit of a trendsetter in that regard. But we've been operating since 2012. Our principal goal is to lobby regulators to regulate on behalf of people who choose to use less harmful products to help themselves wean themselves off tobacco addiction. So what you really want to know tonight is what we think about the COP, I think. So from an Asian perspective, what we know about FCTC is that Asian governments are dictated to, bullied by their health departments, who are all completely clones to the FCTC and WHO. They have about 5 lines that they come out as truth, which is that it renormalizes smoking, it leads teens to smoke, it's just as harmful as smoking, there's no evidence at all to prove that it's anything less than just as dangerous as smoking, and so on and so forth. These are the WHO guidelines which they all spout, all of them. They will totally deny that there is any value whatsoever in using an e-cigarette or a heat-not-burn or any other product that isn't tobacco. Many of these countries, let's name them: India, Thailand, China, Japan, own some or all of the tobacco production, cigarette manufacturing and distribution and sales, and they all enjoy very nice, comfortable revenues from the sale of tobacco products. So the health departments are essentially fighting the battle for health using fake information and stoop in every instance to the same tactics that tobacco companies were accused of in the 50s, 60s and 70s: fake signs, lies, headlines which are just, for example, vaping 1,000 times more dangerous than breathing fresh air. That's a Hong Kong statement. Now, if you've ever been to Hong Kong, yeah. Essentially what we have is a bunch of lies and people who will not listen to the science. I have taken Dr. Farsalinos to Hong Kong and tried to introduce him to regulators, and the response was a letter from Sophie Chan from the COSH, which is the tobacco control arm of the WHO, to every hospital, every academic institution, every media institute: do not meet this guy. We do not support tobacco. We weren't talking about tobacco, we were talking about harm reduction. And if you do meet him, there will be problems for you. This is how bad it is in Hong Kong, and that's one of the more democratic countries that we have to deal with. So what we have behind those closed doors over there, closed doors, closed minds. These people, we've tried to approach the various delegations through the government, through the health departments, through the ministers, to say, we want to know what you're talking about. We want to know what your position is. We want you to understand that we're consumers and we have rights too, and we need to be represented, and you need to be paying attention not just to the science, not just for the reasonable and rational arguments that are being presented to you, but to the rights of your citizens, the people in your country that vote and pay your salaries, to be represented in a fair and equitable way so they can make the choices in their lives to help themselves get off tobacco addiction, and understand that your job is to regulate the manufacture and distribution of these products, because consumers have already chosen them, and you need to look at the science. The response has been a resounding, and that's what we get from there, and it's unacceptable.
Which are the worst countries?
The worst countries are Thailand, where if I show up and get caught with this, never mind all the other stuff that's in my bag, I face up to 10 years in prison. 10 years. I'm better off having a needle full of junk than this. Okay? Now, people always ask me, why? And I always answer, Thailand tobacco. But that's a glib answer. It's more complicated than that. Singapore has banned this and all future technology related to nicotine delivery. Not all future technology. This is Singapore. In Singapore, if I show up with this, they'll take it away from me, take me to the room and say, you're on the list. If you ever come back with this, you're going to prison. That's Singapore.
Which is the best country?
The best country is probably Korea, where it's totally legal but taxed exactly the same as tobacco products. There are some issues coming up there now with disclosure on products and what have you, but there's still not really any regulation on the manufacturing, particularly. Not like in Europe, where we sit in Asia and we listen to the Europeans go, oh, TPD, sorry. You've got a TPD, shut up, right? Sorry, I know it's not perfect, but you got one, hello, you know. Christ, you see what you can buy in the stores here, eh? I mean, great, you know, and that's what it should be. You should be like, okay, yes, we can't put that much in the tank, so fill it more often. Christ, you know, and don't bring it to Thailand, because you'll go to prison for 10 years. At the very least, the cops will know you for $30,000, $1,000.
And have you been to a cop before?
Yes.
Yeah?
Yes.
Have you got any sense of whether things are getting better or worse?
All the cops up to now have been in countries where the police will bash you on the head, throw you into prison, and you know, the police states, Russia, Korea, and so on and so forth. This is Switzerland. I wish it would stay here. This is a lot more civilized.
It's a bit more easy to process, isn't it?
It's not easy to process. No, it's not. To me, the pernicious thing about it is this is essentially the World Health Organization's headquarters. This is the Framework Convention on Tobacco Control, which is a WHO entity, essentially. I mean, you could argue that. But also you've got a situation where it's a conference of parties. Now, if you look at in 2016, while the Conference of Parties 8 for Tobacco Control was on in Delhi, in Morocco there was a Conference of Parties 8 for the environment. Mr. Bloomberg skipped the tobacco one and went to the environmental one. Had he been to both, which there wasn't an idea that he would have, he may have seen with his eyes that sitting around the table at the environmental COP8, there was the Greenpeace and all the environmental parties, the coal mining industry, the oil industry, the lumber industry, the power generation industries, the gas industries, all the people that are part of the problem, or what's perceived to the problem, were sitting at the table. Because how are you going to come to a consensus? How are you going to come to any way of resolving the issues that you're there to discuss, unless all the parties who are a part of the problem are sitting around the table? Here we have a situation where if you don't agree with the script, you can't come in. And we don't want anybody looking at us because we know best. We know what's right for you. Just do what you do. No, I'm sorry. Piss off. I'm not going to put up with it. So I've had a drink. I'm totally toasted. Cut that bit out. But that's the way it is. What we have is a bunch of people who have an agenda, who are financed highly questionably, who are protecting, it seems to be, products that are ineffective, and I'm talking about pharmaceutical intercession, the patches, sprays and gums, and not to mention all the other drugs that are, so it's Big Pharma, who financed, let's not be developing bullshit, they financed COP1 and they financed COP2. They put millions of dollars into getting this thing, and they said, here's the millions of dollars, but you can't have our competitors' big tobacco in there. Fine. They should be sitting around the table. We should be sitting around the table, because all of this is about us, the people that buy the product. Most of us who started smoking when we were children. And we're being punished with high taxation, with graphic health warnings, we've been socially pariahed because we smoke. Well, I don't know, because I vape, but this is it. We made decisions that were stupid when we were children. Just show of hands here. Who was a smoker here started before they were 18? Who was a smoker here started after they were 18? You fools. Yeah. But that pretty much says it. So essentially, we're paying the price for having made stupid decisions when we're children. We need help. We need support. And we found the help that we need, many of us, through vaping. So the people who are representing the health communities around the world who are attending this closed-door conference really need to piss off, move out of the way, and put some people in there who understand what science means, what reason means, what rational debate is, and what transparency is. Because until and unless that happens, we're not going to get anywhere good.
Thank you very much.
Thank you very
Your
much.
perspective, very interesting.